Jealous, manipulative people do not like when you stand on business. When you stand on business, when you stand your ground, when you keep your boundaries, when you don't let people get over on you, they will not like you. You will suddenly be the mean girl. You will suddenly be the villain, and that's okay. Sometimes it's okay for people to think that you're a twitch because they know not to try you. See, people who are jealous and envious of you, they want you to have this subservient attitude that says you want their attention, you want their acceptance so much that you allow them to run over top of you. But when you stand on your business and you don't care about their negativity, their jealousy, and you definitely don't let them bully you, you are going to be the mean girl. You're going to be the mean auntie. You're going to be the mean cousin. You're going to be the one they said has changed. You're going to be the one that they say, you're mean. You don't like us no more. You don't do this. You don't do that. Suddenly now you're the bully, all because you stand your ground. I'd rather be perceived as being mean by people who want to take advantage of me than those who truly appreciate me. People who only respect you and love you when they're allowed to take advantage of you, they don't really love you. People who really care and love you and want to be around you in a good way, they don't desire to control you. But when people want to control you, they want you to have that subservient attitude that says, I can do and say whatever I want to you and you'll accept it because you need me around. And when you develop that big girl mentality, that feminine queen energy, you start realizing, I respect myself enough to not let people take advantage of me. This leads me to what happened. I heard the Dear Future Wifey podcast with this lady and her husband who's supposed to be a pastor. And she glorified in the fact that she, for a very long time, allowed him to cheat on her. I'm not saying it was her fault, but she put up with different things that she should not have put up with for a very long time simply because she had no self-worth. And not only that, she allowed a man, you shouldn't allow anyone, but she allowed this man to convince her that she had no self-worth. She actually found some kind of pride in saying that, she's his starter, even though he has other players. That was his cute, trifling way of saying that he loves her, but he also likes being with other women. She was even so foolish to say that God actually graced her to iron his clothes while he prepared to go see his side chicks. If that's not a woman that lacks confidence and not self-aware and just a little bit foolish, I don't know what is. And I'm not saying this to shame that sister. I'm saying that to make the point that as women, you have to value yourself so much so that you're not going to let somebody brainwash you into believing that love is somehow control, that love is somehow spiritual, mental, physical manipulation. Because if you are not strong enough mentally, spiritually, as a woman, people will take advantage of you. And when you wake up and realize, no, I deserve more than what you're giving me. And this lady, unfortunately, she's, I think, 20 years, 25 years into her marriage. I don't know if her husband is still doing those things. I would hope not. But she actually justified, and she did what a lot of women do, because you're not ready to deal with whatever's happening. You justify the bad behavior of other people instead of standing on business and not taking it, saying, I'm not dealing with this. Either you change your behavior or I'm out. Either you change your ways or I'm matching your energy. I don't agree with matching the energy of anybody. That's not a peaceful life. But the point being, when you stand on business, there are going to be people that will not like you. You're going to be the mean one. You're going to be the villain. And sometimes that is okay. And only women who are people pleasers and afraid of what other people are going to think, they allow people to take advantage, manipulate, and overall make them feel bad for not letting them treat them badly. When you don't allow people to treat you badly, it's amazing how suddenly they gaslight you into believing that you are the problem. And this is another thing that wise, confident, feminine women do not fall for. Don't let people with their jealous, envious, toxic, miserable, manipulative ways gaslight you into believing that you're the problem simply because you don't want to put up with their bad behavior. There is nothing graceful about a woman allowing people to take advantage of her. But when you don't do that, you have to expect that there are going to be some people that are going to say you're a problem. You see this oftentimes in workplaces and even in families. Let's talk about the workplace for a moment. In workplaces, when you are no longer interested in going along and playing the game and, allowing people to kind of talk to you however they want, when you no longer, overlook that Miss Karen or Miss Susie or Miss Tashia or whoever is sitting back talking about you, but then smiling in your face, when you start treating them according to their actions and not according to what code says, you're going to be a problem. When you get quiet, because a lot of people see silence as a weapon, unfortunately, they don't see it as a woman minding her business. So if you're a woman who says, you know what, I'm not playing the game anymore with these people, I'm just going to be quiet, that will also make you be a problem in the eyes of some people who wish you ran your mouth so much so that they can find something against you. I tell you, and this is nothing preachy, but I read this proverb, I believe Proverbs or Psalm the other day, where it said, "And a multitude of words, sin is not lacking." Meaning the more you talk, eventually you can get yourself caught up in something. And when you suddenly get silent and say, I'm not playing with these bozos at the job, I don't have time for this, I'm getting quiet, I'm staying to myself, you will also be perceived as the mean one, as standoffish, as awkward. And it's okay. I'd rather be perceived as awkward, standoffish, or quiet instead of letting people drag me into their mess. Don't be afraid of awkward silence. When people want to control and manipulate you in some way, especially in these workplaces, because a lot of these managers, they'll come to you under the guise of saying, I'm concerned about you. You're not yourself. Is everything okay? Remember, your workplace, your managers, your coworkers, they are not your friends. They are not your family. These people are not there to cater to your emotions. You are there for their service, and in return, they pay you. So you don't owe them any explanation. And when you realize you don't really owe anybody an explanation and you move as such, there will be people who have an issue with you. When you suddenly stop talking to the fake auntie, the fake me mom, who you know for a fact has been trashing you behind your back, and you're no longer overlooking it, but you're not being bothered with them anymore. You're no longer coming to the family events. You're no longer giving gifts and celebrating this or that because you can't fake it to make it with people no more, which undoubtedly as a woman crosses over that 20 mark, I know for me, it started when I got into my 30s. That being fake and just kind of like, yeah, oh, that's cute. All that stopped. And because of that, I was perceived as mean. I was perceived as, oh, she act funny. That's okay. I'm funny in peace. I'm standoffish and awkward in peace. And when I stood on business, that's when life got better for me. And there's something about keeping people guessing too. When they're not in your head, like when you switch things up, you were one way and now you're different. That's not being fake. That's called evolution. That means you are evolving as a woman. You're changing, you're growing, which is what a lot of women do not do. And when they see other women changing, maturing, not dealing with the same foolishness they used to deal with when they were in their teens and their 20s, some of them are so stuck and stagnant, they take issue with you because you've changed and you don't let them take advantage and do what they used to do to you. You're standing on business. So don't ever feel bad because now people look at you as if you're the one who's so mean. You're the one who's the villain. You're the problem because you don't let them put their problems on you. That's okay. As women, we have to be more comfortable and more concerned with our peace of mind, with our way of life, with keeping our life organized and in order more than pleasing other people. If that makes them have a problem with you, if they suddenly become jealous of how you move and the fact that you just don't care, you have a more unbothered attitude, You really don't care. You're not triggered by the things they used to say and do. Because that's another thing. Oddly, people will actually dislike you and get upset with you because you no longer get upset by the things they try to do to you. We know many people, we have all have antagonists in our life or have had antagonists in our life. And these are people who deliberately set out to piss you off. I had to say it that way because that's how it is. Some people deliberately try to get under your skin because they know at one point it was so easy to do. But when you develop that mentality of I just simply don't give a flying fig tree, they will look at you like, oh, so you don't care about this now? You're a problem. And that's okay. When you mature in that way, you outgrow those people who are petty, who are jealous, who are envious, those people who desire to make your life hard. You outgrow those people, and that's wonderful for you. Don't let people make you feel bad for outgrowing pettiness, outgrowing foolishness, outgrowing being brainwashed and easily manipulated. As a woman, as a leveled up, confident, mature woman, you should outgrow nonsense. And when people start getting irritated with you because you're standing on business and now you say no to some things that you used to say yes to, you're no longer showing up to their misery and their messiness, you should be proud of yourself, because that means that you recognize your worth as a woman and you're not letting anybody play in your face anymore. All right? Like and subscribe to this channel, share this content, hit the notification bell so that you're aware when I post a brand new video. If you watch this video until the very end, put the high heel emoji in the comment section. I absolutely love to see it. Take care.